I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
And this is Sonata Arctica. What's the name of the song?
End of this chapter. It's for Rodney.
It's for the big homie Rodney. For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori. If you want to be part of that community, it's facebook.com/America Middle. That is if you are politically inclined. Now, dear listener, you will note that most reaction channels, and much respect to other reaction channels, cut their songs up every 20-30 seconds or so. Why do they do that, you say? The answer is extremely simple. When you put commercials, when you allow YouTube to put commercials on your video, what happens is they get a cut and you get a cut. So when the record label catches wind of the fact that you took one of their songs, they take your cut. And then YouTube sends this trusty little message that's saying, hey, you're not in peril, you're not in jeopardy, it's not a strike, it just means that you're not making any money on it. So we try to do different things. Stopping every so often really isn't our style. We tried other things, and our folks were just like, by that time, everybody was socialized to do that.
Nobody was liking it.
So we figured, look, at the time we had 10,000 subs, so we say, okay, if everybody does $1, then we should be okay to be able to offset that. That's where the whole idea of Patreon showed up. So for $1, you get to join an alliance, and then the alliance pools their points together and they help to dictate what songs that we do. On top of that, you get access to sort of the Discord underground where you're able to do Dungeons and Dragons, or you're able to Minecraft, all the rest of it. Really cool friendship and fellowship and things like that. So that's what we're offering on Patreon. If you don't want to do the community option, then you can do the filthy capitalist option like Sori. $125 at the gate gets you straight to the head of the line.
It's not that you're filthy, you just know what you want.
You don't have to work with anybody else. You can do it all by yourself as an individual. And then, you know, you get to influence by yourself which songs we do, and that's what Rodney did. If you do that 3 times, you get bumped down to the $75 rate perpetually, and then also you get access to the VIP restricted area on the website when that launches. Without further ado, is everything
also our short list gets made by when the songs come in, they get put onto the list. So if you're like, you want your song in even sooner, then the best way to do that is to go through PayPal. The link is in the description. Babe,
Vin
what
and
are you trying to do?
Merch at gmail.com.
Yep.
Let's listen to Sonata Arctica, shall we?
We shall.
Sonata Arctica. It sounds like dreamy.
Yeah, it does.
Like night wishy. So let's see if we're right. Full screen? Got the lyrics?
Hello?
Well. How are you?
Who is this?
Who do you think this is?
Stop it. Who is this?
You know very well who I am. You almost got away from me, didn't you?
Oh my god. It can't be. You can't be.
Oui, mon amour. C'est moi.
Fear.
I gave you my whole life. steal your earring, light you one candle. This anger I handle. They said I won't fight you, but now I'm beside you. I'm not all that stable. You should know by now that
Whoa.
Yeah, no.
What? When he
No.
said the earring thing?
Yes.
What
And he's saying that he's not right in his mind, not stable.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should bring you fear. I whisper in your ear, why is he here?
Yeah, this dude is a massive stalker.
Yeah,
C'est moi. It's me.
that's really creepy. That is really, really creepy. Honest to goodness, that makes me so angry when somebody stalks people.
Oui, mon amour. C'est moi.
Like, why you
You know, it's really interesting watching you because we watched you and you weren't angry at the guy.
I know.
So it's a very strange reaction. You know what I mean? Considering
Well,
you
I
absolutely
started
love
to
that
not
show.
like him though, but it did take a while. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
But I think the reason why I feel differently about it is because yes, he started like kind of like stalking her at the beginning, and she
Yeah.
didn't know. But
don't give out any spoilers. Go ahead.
she was into him too.
Yeah, that's usually how stalking works, right?
No.
Well, in this situation, like a lot of times it's the bad breakup or the husband is stalking the wife and yada yada yada. So it's not like a random stranger. It usually starts off with, you know, the person, you're in some sort of relationship, you break it off, and they don't want to let it go broken off. They're gonna follow you.
No, he was
and all
stalking
that.
her while they were together.
Who?
In you.
Well, yeah, it's an obsessive personality. What I'm
Which to me is, yes, I know that that's not healthy, and he was obviously psychotic, but this to me is way worse. Like, the person doesn't want to have anything to do with you, and you're stalking them, and
Yeah,
you're
but
coming
if they
around
break
them,
up with
bringing
you-
them fear.
If they break up with you and they don't want anything to do with you, it's okay to stalk them? Because you were in a relationship in the
What?
beginning?
What did you say?
If they break up with you
Yeah.
and then they start stalking you, is that a good stalk? Because
No.
Okay, so
no, I'm saying
so in you, she
they were in a
initially.
relationship together.
What I'm saying is
And he
most
was
stalkers are also
obsessive.
in a relationship.
No,
Oh,
he
hold
was
on.
obsessive during the relationship.
That's not my issue. Because again, most stalkers are with or were formerly with the person.
Right.
But then when the person says, okay, we're done,
Yep.
they follow them around and
Right.
do all this shit. And
Right.
what I'm saying is that was you. They started out, they were in a relationship, and then she said, okay, we're done, and he couldn't accept it. So you were fine with that, but you're not fine with this.
I don't remember that part.
Well, but I hear what you're saying. I
He
mean,
was stalkerish in the relationship, which you know I'm a little bit okay with. A little bit of obsession is okay with me. A little bit of, yeah, I'm okay with a little bit of that. But this I'm not okay with. This makes me sick. I don't like...
somebody can untwist that pretzel in the comment section, I'd like to know.
It's not that complicated.
There's no material difference
No,
here.
there is a material difference. The difference is if you're a little bit obsessed, a little crazy, a little stalkerish with me, I'm okay with that because I want to be with you. So I'm okay with that energy coming toward me.
Stalking is what
But
happens.
if I don't want to be with you and you stalk around me, now I have a
So
problem.
if me and you are together, and then we break up, and then I start stalking you like this,
Then I'm
bad.
going to be scared. Yeah.
But that is exactly what happened in you.
Yeah, but I'm saying
trying to
I
tell
don't really
you.
remember that part.
She just likes the guy in you. I'm not saying
No, I don't like the guy in you. Actually, he was very annoying to me. But it was more like she was good with the relationship too. So, you know,
And she didn't know that he was staring at her and all
No,
that stuff.
she
while
didn't.
was doing stuff. Yeah, okay. Well, the comment section will help me because I'm not seeing it.
You don't stare at me when I do things. You don't ever watch me.
Again, stalking is about the people in the relationship no longer wanting to be with the
That's
stalker.
what I'm saying. That's where I have a problem.
Okay.
If the person's a little bit stalkerish, but they want to be together, I'm
She
okay
didn't have
with
a
that.
problem in you. Alright, we continue. You, by the way, is a Netflix show about a guy with an obsessive personality that ends up stalking this girl and all the
But he's with her, and she's with him
all the
when
adventures.
he's stalking.
All the adventures they have together. Look, I might be completely out to lunch. Maybe we'll see in the comment section, okay? This actually
Anyway.
made me laugh.
When he said, I gave you my love every dime, they told me it was a crime.
Yeah.
It made you laugh?
Well, yeah, because he completely
He made
lacks-
himself the victim.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He completely lacks self-awareness, and then here he is saying they're telling him it's a crime, as if like it's like, yes, motherfucker, being a stalker is a crime. What in the world? What a silly thing to say. But it's just hilarious to me. Like a lot of these, that's one of the things that really fascinates me when people do not have the self-awareness to know how they're coming off because they're so subsumed in their mind that they can't look at the world through other people's shoes. Yes, it's a crime. Just public service announcement. You stalk somebody that doesn't want to be around you, you're a criminal. And these guys were in a relationship before.
I just don't.
They were in a relationship
How do you
before.
know that?
What do you mean? Look at the chorus, sweetheart. Look at the chorus. What does the chorus say? Tell me that past times won't die. Tell me that old lies are alive.
Okay, I didn't
So they had
actually
a
know.
they had a
Part of the
past.
chorus
They had
didn't
a
make any
past.
sense to me.
They had a past together. And
Tell me
now
that
she's
past times
now
won't
she's
die.
moved on, and then she's got a boyfriend, and now he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Look, love that expired too long ago. So obviously they were in a relationship. So
Yeah, but he also said hate.
well, yeah, he hates her now because she's not with him. Hate due to expire a long time ago. So, yeah, they loved it. They loved each other. She broke up with him, and then it turned into hate. And then off you go. So,
So creepy. See, I mean, like, I didn't have an extreme situation. Like, some people have extreme situations. But when I worked in the public, and that guy used to keep coming in and talking to me and making me feel very uncomfortable. And then he started, like, hiding behind things and peeking at me from behind things. And then he would come in different, like, a hat and glasses so he could be all, you know, hiding. It was very, very, very creepy
where was this?
when I worked before I met you.
Oh,
I
you've
told you
never
this
me
story. I
stuff.
did. I've told you this story before. I did. I showed you the picture that he brought into me of that girl. He brought this picture in of this girl, and he was like, I had to show you this. Because when it came in, he was like, and he like talked really creepily. He's like, I got this picture and it reminded me of you.
I'm pretty sure I didn't remember.
No, I told you this. Anyway, it's actually, I've told it to you in one of these reviews. If you know which review it was and you let us know, I will buy you a shirt. Anyway,
You're not gonna get the
he
shirt.
was like, look, he's like, it's there. I know I've told you. Anyway, so he said, the strange thing about this is if you cover half her face, one side, she's alive and vibrant. And then he looks at me. He's like, the other side, she's lifeless and dead. That was really creepy. Why are you... It really, really creeped me out. And then he used to tell me... He just tell me all these weird things. And then he would, like, follow me around the store and stuff. But I didn't know what to do.
Where did you know him from?
I didn't. Just from there. Just from at that grocery store. And then...
Just call your dad. Say no more. You should have called me.
I didn't know you anyway, and I wouldn't have called you. You were married. There's no way in the world I would call some married guy to come help me.
Call Peter. Sorry, he'll help you. Peter the handle biz.
What ended up happening was, like, I was like, well, hold on a second, because he kept talking and talking to me, and I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, I gotta take that call. And so then I left and I went and I told one of the other guys that was working behind there, and I'm like, this is the guy that he's really freaking me out. And then he was like, no, he's like, this is actually, he was a Christian, this guy. He was like, this is not okay. He's like, this should not be going on if he's making you feel uncomfortable. And so they told me that I could leave early, but they told me to leave out the back so that way he wouldn't see me leaving. They confronted him and told him to leave me alone. And then he went out the front doors and he was hiding on the side of the soda machines waiting for me to come out. And when I left out the back, I saw him hiding by the soda machines. And then when the other guy was watching him, and when he saw me drive off, the guy went like that. And I was like, I could not wait to stop working in the public eye, because there was always these like creepy people that would like come up and invade my space and make me feel uncomfortable, and I was not good at saying, get the fuck away from me. I still am not good at saying that. Anyway. So when I hear this and I hear like, and I mean that was...
You're saying, you're picturing this guy when this song's going on.
I actually know I'm not picturing this guy in my situation, because I think that my situation was extremely minor. And I think that there are other girls that are in situations where they have guys stalking them.
I don't think that was a minor situation. It was a very dangerous situation.
Well, I mean, I didn't like it, and I felt scared and fearful about it and very uncomfortable. But...
Yeah.
You know what the thing was, too? He was married. And I know that shouldn't change anything, but yet in my mind, it's hard for me to be like,
how could that not change anything?
Can you imagine, like, being an older married guy stalking some young girl? Like, and your wife is just at home doing what? She's baking bread, making your supper or something, and you're off stalking some girl. It's just weird, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely strange stuff.
Yeah, so, I mean, there was, you know, but I know that there are some people that, you know, like, for instance, yeah, the situation wasn't cool, but he didn't stalk me at my house. He stalked me at my job.
Well, you don't know he didn't stalk you at your house.
True.
You don't know that.
That's true.
So, I mean, yeah. It's a real issue. It's a real issue. I mean, and it goes both ways. I mean, girls stalk guys too. But, I mean, the thing that was very fascinating to me about this, and this is why I brought up Feuds, because artists find ways to get you to root for the bad guy.
I was rooting for the bad guy in this. I think that the sound of it had a romantic-y sort of sound to it. Like sonically.
Yeah.
It did. But I was horrified by the topic. So.
Well, you've actually experienced it. There's a lot of people who haven't experienced it yet because, you know, for whatever reason. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not necessarily rooting for this guy. I'm just saying I'm just fascinated that they're able to do that. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like, you know, on this guy's side because it's being written from his perspective.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Really?
I think there's a lot of people on this guy's side. What's wrong?
What?
Well, I mean, we're watching a show right now and the guy is worse than this guy. He's beating people up, killing people.
Yeah.
And you root for him?
Yeah. Well, this one, though, is hard for me to...
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot less people...
I think that's really creepy, and he stole her earring.
You know what that reminded me of? We just
What?
got done watching The Invisible Man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, homeboy
That's
was
a good
watching.
one.
He was watching her while she was asleep and all that. Like yeah, that's no joke.
It's like the same action can be like really cute and romantic, and then just creepy as.
Correct. That's a pretty scary.
He took her earring.
Yeah.
Again, that could be something that would be really romantic. And then.
Well, only to you.
What do you mean?
I don't think most girls would find that romantic that some dude showed up.
No. If it was their
in
boyfriend.
stealth mode. Oh well.
I'm
yeah,
saying if it was their boyfriend and he
Right.
took their earring home, like.
Right.
I'm saying the same action can be super cute or just like. That's really creepy.
Right. No, I'm with that. Yeah, this guy's not doing a very good job of handling rejection, huh? when he goes, "What's that guy doing?" It's just. I don't know if they really meant the song to be taken seriously because some of the stuff he's saying is just crazy.
No, I feel like it's
They're
exactly.
telling me it's a crime.
Did you think of anybody that would be like this if they were?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So to me, none of it was like
Yeah.
over the top. All of it seemed like exactly something that he would probably do.
100%. He said stuff like this.
Wait, he did?
Hmm?
What do you mean? Like what?
Just stuff like this, misogynistic, controlling stuff, but
But he wasn't in a relationship.
feeling that he was a victim. That was why. He would say that stuff because he was angry that no woman would like him. So he's like, oh, his ex or whatever was going out with a registered sex offender. He's like, I'm better than him, and blah blah blah. The guy was just unwell. He's one of those.
Never wished you dead yet.
Yeah, definitely. Like this is kind of like the incel manifesto right here. And you know the other thing is like he talked about how much money he spent on her or whatever, which is always like a ridiculous notion to me. Where he said, where did he say?
Right up there, up the dime, right there.
Yeah.
Top line.
Yeah, my every dime. It's like
See, to me,
that's crazy to me.
I didn't think that they were in a relationship. I just thought he was a straight stalker, start to finish. And so when he said, I gave you my time, I gave you my whole life, I gave you my love, every dime, they told me it was a crime. To me, I thought it was just, like, even if you look at the, remember how, like, this is not a spoiler, I mean, it's like first episode, like, he was watching her and following her around, and so from his perspective he could be like, I gave you my time, my whole life,
Right.
because he was putting so much into this stalking thing. And so that's what I thought. And when it said I gave you my love, it's just he loved her, she didn't love him. But when he said every dime, I was just thinking, maybe like I was thinking that it was stuff like maybe he realized she had car trouble, and then he remember on that show she had car trouble, and then he sent somebody to fix it during the night.
Yeah.
And stuff like, I thought it was stuff like that. But I think you're right when he talks about the past, and he's saying, tell me that past times won't die. Tell me that old lies are alive.
Yeah. Now I could get really meta and say, remember there was that movie that we saw where the guy's a lonely dude and then he ends up with that girl. She's his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that girl that he was with?
Yeah.
And then it turned out she was never with him in the first place? See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, this particular character was so crazy and obsessive that he created this entire mythology of them going to the movies and kissing and all this.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple scenes later, he goes to pick her up, knocks on her door, and she has no idea who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there are probably people that crazy. Like, they have a relationship with their victim for... whatever, and then I'm sure that probably happens. But like the mindset is so crazy. Like, oh, he mentions his money. It's like, it's this weird thing where dudes think because they spend money on a girl that obligates them to whatever. Like, it's like that's just a form of prostitution. Girls aren't prostitutes, so why? And I'm not disrespecting people in that industry. I'm just saying you're treating her. If you bring up your money. Then you're treating her as if she's basically just a prostitute and you own her because you spent money on her. That's irrelevant. But this guy's toxic as hell, my lord. Good God. And he called her and all that. I wish a Negro would.
Oh my gosh. That to me, ooh, that's so scary. The thing is too, like, back in the day, like, okay, when did the song come out?
2001.
2001. So cell phones were not as big in 2001.
Right.
So the fact that somebody's calling you means they know you're at home, and then he tells her to look outside. Ah! I remember we used to have these, everybody's probably heard this story before. It was a story, you were babysitting, and the babysitter would, like, gets a phone call, she answers the call, and the person, like, she doesn't know where the person is. He keeps saying, I'm watching you. And then, like, eventually she hears, he's upstairs. I can't remember how it comes, but he's upstairs. And it's, like, so creepy. And I remember we used to tell this story to each other, and, like, I was freaked out babysitting after that. Like, every time I was babysitting, I was always afraid that something was gonna happen. But anyway, I mean, yeah,
What do you think the song?
not a fan. It's so difficult because it's like a 9.5 or something for
Dream
sound.
Theater type sound.
Like, I really, really like the sound, but the topic is so terrifying to me and aggravating and makes me so angry that it like takes this 8.2.
8.8 for me. There you go. Moral of the story is don't stalk people. Huh? Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.
One candle,